Today we're finding out the truth about the SBC FUT birthday Harit. I'm going to be talking about all of his stats, what I like about the card and what I don't like about the card, and if he's wondrous, mid, or doo-doo. The final verdict. We'll be talking about pace, shooting, passing, dribbling, physicals, and a little bit of defense because he's a winger. Now first let's talk about his abilities. Well, looking at this card, his playstyles, he doesn't have the best playstyle pluses. They're kind of most of the time useless. Like the Tiki-Taka Plus, they nerfed it so it's not as good, but it can still be useful at times where you can barely tell. I can't tell. But when it comes to the Trickster, the most useless playstyle because it's just for fun, but you can do things with it and try to create things and have fun with it. FUT, you get me? He has ping pass, long ball pass, technical, rapid, flare, first touch, and relentless finisher, you know what I'm saying? His first touch, when I played with it, I didn't have too many problems with his first touch and him controlling the pilota right away, you get me? But first, let's start off with the pace. Now let me tell you something. If he gets a little quick start on the defense, he has the ability to burn them, especially when he fully reaches top speed because of that rapid playstyle. He doesn't have quick step, so he's not going to instantly boost, but he has the ability to really get past players, especially when he's running full speed and you kick it forward like Mbappe, you get me? Of course, I'm going to use that example. So if you love to burn and run with players, this guy can definitely be for you. Now his shooting ability. My issues with this card is that I want to do finesse like Messi sometimes. I want to hit the trivelas. I want to score certain goals and certain angles that I want to make it more difficult for the defense. But using this card, I have to think twice of when I shoot because he doesn't have these playstyles. And you know, in this game, if you don't have certain playstyles, you won't be full of clinicality at certain moments. But if you get the crossbody shot, green time, certain angles, he can still place it beautifully into the top bins, you get me? And that's what I like to see. So his finishing is actually not garbage. And the reason why is because his finishing base is already 87, but he has a little bit of low shot power. So what I suggest, if you're just a pace abuser, you put that hunter on him and he'll be fast and can finish absolutely heavenly. Now we talk about his passing ability. Passing is something where just depending on how the game feels, the passing can be garbage or wondrous. But for him, I didn't find no issues. Once you're about like 80 plus, your passing is never really completely garbage. But when you're looking for like the elite passers, he has the play styles to do it. So once again, I was talking about crossing, he can do that for sure. And the over the top. Now his dribbling. This is a main thing really. In my opinion, the dribbling, when you would hold R1, sometimes it felt like doo-doo with a name on it, but sometimes it would also give him a crazy boost, but it almost felt uncontrollable sometimes. When I would use it, I would try to turn and then the defender can just catch him and like tackle it. He couldn't turn fast enough while I was using that, even though his dribbling is high as a mofo. He has the technical playstyle too, but for some reason, there were some errors that I didn't like about the dribbling. But if you just dribble without holding R1, he has a little bit of that clean twist and turn. He has that, but there's times where you could boost it forward with the dribbling and create space and really become a dangerous threat on offense. Now his defense. There are times where he would just slide tackle correctly, tackle the ball correctly in certain angles. He's not a completely doo-doo card when it comes to defense. So if you need a defensive winger, he has a little bit of ability. Just a little bit, you get me? Now physicalities, 54 strength. Yes, he is a puss in boots. If Van Dijk, company, those big body center backs get beside him, they will throw him to the ground like it's nothing to them. He will literally be flying like an eagle all across the pitch when they get near him. Bounce up in the air, you know what I'm saying? So don't expect him to be able to body off these strong defenders or hold them off. You can hold L2. If you press L2, he's getting thrown. But he has a little bit of jumping ability. With all those stats being spoken about, also his positioning too. The AI in this game is pretty garbage when it comes to offense. Like they don't make good runs. You have to kind of tell them what to do, use player locks. But for him, he was kind of finding the right opening and positioning, which I liked, which came out with a few goals, you get me? So I'm gonna say this about this card. Is he wondrous, mid, or doo-doo? Now before I say this, if you need FUT coins, be sure to use code CV3 on U7Buy for 6% off, link in bio or description. Now before I say what he is, my reasoning is his finishing is hindered a bit because he doesn't have those playstyles. On top of that, sometimes when he dribbles, it boosts too much and it feels uncontrollable. So I'ma say that Harit is absolutely mid, but has the ability a little bit to be wondrous depending on what your playstyle is. But I still think you should complete this SBC because he's only 37k. He is dirt cheap. But guess what? I also reviewed this card right here, Radamel Falcao. Find out if he's wondrous, mid, or doo-doo in this video here. Adios.